Ladies and gentlemen, if you're able, would you all please stand for our happy couple? Should we give them a big round of applause?
Yay!
Thank you. Could I ask all the guests to take a seat again, please? Well, hello and good afternoon to you all. Welcome to a very special occasion, the civil partnership of Gary and Dean. Now, I'd like to introduce myself. My name's Janet Taubman, and it really will be my pleasure to guide our young men through their ceremony today. Dean and Gary have met the registrars today. We've got Carolyn, and Wendy is from the Isle of Man, and she's watching about civil partnerships today, so hopefully she'll get lots of tips. So Carolyn will complete the paperwork and the commemorative certificate. And on behalf of my two registrars and myself and Liverpool Registration Service, I'd like to welcome you all today to this unique location. It's situated in the heart of Liverpool, where the buildings, sights and sounds of the adjacent River Mersey provide an intoxicating maritime background to the elegant clubhouse. And we're all here today, on the hottest day of the year, to Liverpool. This perfect setting for Dean and Gary's civil partnership on this, their 10th anniversary since they met. Now for our first reading, I'd like to call forward Gary's sister Helen, please.
Come on, love.
I love you. not only for what you are, but for what I am when I'm with you. I love you, not only for what you have made of yourself, but for what you are making of me. I love you for the part of me that you bring out. I love you for putting your hand into my heaped up heart and passing over all the foolish, weak things that you can't help dimly seeing there, and for drawing out into the light all the beautiful belongings that no one else has looked quite far enough to find. I love you because you are helping me to make of the lumber of my life not a tavern but a temple, out of the works of my everyday, not a reproach but a song. I love you because you have done more than any creed could have done to make me good, and more than any fate could have done to make me happy. You have done it without a touch, without a word, without a sign. You have done it by being yourself. Perhaps that is what being a friend really means after all.
Thank you, Helen. Not a dry eye at the front. Fabulous. So this place in which we are now met has been duly sanctioned by law for the registration of civil partnerships. You are all here today to witness the civil partnership of Gary John Humphreys and Dean Simpson. Before I start the ceremony, I must ask you very important people if you know of any reason why these two men should not be today. You should say so now. So Dean and Gary, you've chosen to pledge yourselves to each other by committing to a legally binding contract. Your partnership will enable the love and respect that you have for each other to mature into a deep and lasting relationship. The commitment you're making here today is an opportunity for you to declare that you intend to share your future together, enjoying the good times and supporting each other through difficult times. This commitment is of a deep and lasting nature and should not be entered into lightly. I will now ask you both to declare that there's no lawful impediment to your civil partnership registration today. Gary, I'm going to ask you to repeat these words first. I declare that I know.
I declare that I know.
Of no legal reason.
Of no legal reason.
Why I, Gary John Humphreys.
Why I, Gary John Humphreys.
May not register.
May not register.
As a civil partner.
As a civil partner.
Of Dean Simpson.
Of Dean Simpson.
So now your turn. I declare that I know.
I declare that I know.
Of no legal reason.
Of no legal reason.
Why I, Dean Simpson.
Why I, Dean Simpson.
May not register.
May not register.
As a civil partner.
As a civil partner.
Of Gary John Humphreys.
Of Gary John Humphreys.
So Dean and Gary, you've now declared that you're legally free to register your civil partnership. The time has now arrived for you to make your promises of commitment to each other in the presence of your witnesses, family and friends. So Dean and Gary, you've now declared that you're legally free to register your partnership. So if you're able, could I ask all the guests to stand, please? So I'm going to ask you to turn and face each other and you could hold hands. So Gary, if you say, Dean, I choose you above all others.
Dean, I choose you above all others.
To share my life.
To share my life.
I promise to honour this pledge.
I promise to honour this pledge.
As long as I live.
As long as I live.
Excellent, well done, Gary. Now, Dean, you say, Gary, I choose you above all others.
Gary, I choose you above all others.
To share my life.
To share my life.
I promise to honour this pledge.
I promise to honour this pledge.
As long as I live.
As long as I live.
Now, you all, your friends and members of the families of Dean and Gary, and your witnesses to the vows made here today. And as such, I will now ask you to declare your intentions for the future. Please respond, we will. Will you support Dean and Gary to stay true to the vows they've made here today?
We will.
Will you offer them encouragement and guidance in times of trouble or distress?
We will.
Will you continue to give them your respect and love?
We will.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we celebrate today unfailing love among us. the splendour of creation, the beauty of this world, the mystery of our lives and the surprises of human love. We celebrate with Dean and Gary and we promise to strengthen them against prejudice and fear and embrace them as a family of friends and loved ones. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that Dean and Gary should seal their commitment with a kiss and we should all give them a big round of applause. Now for our second reading, I'd like to call forward Dean's sister Laura, please.
I belong in your arms. Finally, I have found a place into which I fit perfectly, safely and securely, with no doubts, no fears, no sadness, no tears. This place is filled with happiness and laughter. It is spacious enough to allow me the freedom to move around, to live my life and to be myself. This wonderful place, which I never believed really existed, I have found, finally, inside your hands, inside your heart, inside your love. Thank you, Laura.
Sisters today. Well, we've now come to a very special part of the ceremony, the giving and receiving of rings, which Dean and Gary have chosen to exchange today. The giving of a ring signifies the promise of a love that is everlasting, and is a public affirmation that the promises made between them will be honoured. And rings are objects of adornment, and whilst in one lifetime we may have many of these, we have amongst them always the one that is most precious to us. So we've got Jared and Wade. Take the ring for your partner, hold it on his third finger left hand. Say, Dean, I give you this ring.
Dean, I give you this ring.
As a token of my love and affection.
As a token of my love and affection.
And in recognition. Of our shared lives together.
Of our shared lives together.
It is an outward symbol.
It is an outward symbol.
Of the promise of continuing commitment.
Of the promise of continuing
commitment. We have made here today.
We have made here today.
Sounds safely?
Yeah.
Wow. So now we've got Wayne. And so Dean, if you take the ring from your partner and you say, Gary, I give you this ring.
Gary, I give you this ring.
As a token of my love and affection.
As a token of my love and affection.
And in recognition.
And in recognition.
Of our shared lives together.
Of our shared lives together.
It is an outward symbol.
It is an outward symbol.
Of the promise.
Of the promise.
Of continuing commitment.
Of continuing commitment.
We have made to each other today.
We have made to each other today.
Is that on safely?
Yeah, it's it.
May these rings serve as a continuing reminder of the promises made here today. Wear them with pride as you face your future together. So Gary and Dean, may your civil partnership bring you all the exquisite excitements a partnership should bring. And may life grant you also patience, tolerance and understanding. May you always want one another, not so much to fill your emptiness as to help you to know your fullness. May you need one another but not out of weakness. May you look for things to praise and often say I love you and not take notice of small faults. If you have quarrels that push you apart, may both of you hope to have the good sense enough to take the first step back. May you have happiness and may you find it making one another happy. May you have love and may you find it loving one another. And Dean and Gary, may you always be in love. So Gary John Humphreys and Dean Simpson, you have today before your witnesses, family and friends made a lifetime pledge of commitment to each other. I'm sure that it's the hope of everyone here today that the love and the friendship that you so obviously share will continue throughout your lives together. I'd like to add my own congratulations to you both and I hope that you not only have a wonderful day today, that you share a very long and happy life together. So ladies and gentlemen, civil partners, partners in love, partners in law, Gary and Dean. We're going to sign the documents, but we're going to be serenaded by Vinny and Rick, and they've written a special piece for today's special day.
It's okay, it's all right.
of the tenure, so you can
Oops.
Oh, he's sweating.
Oh yeah. Hello.
Just by the end of your
I have signed it.
Are you sure?
Oh, you're like one. Do you want the lid?
just a couple more to pass with that, just looking to be straight. That's it.
I'm roasting, never mind what.
Excellent. So if you two stand up and we'll face our audience, and I've just got a few words before I present you with your commemorative
Oh, right, okay. And then we'll do all the
Yeah. Before you start melting. See the ring? And yours. I wouldn't expect anything less. They are fabulous. So, ladies and gentlemen, before I present the commemorative certificate, I've just got a few thank yous. First of all, we had mums, dads, sisters,